Well, welcome everybody, and thank you very much for coming to this session. I hope you find it useful. 10 tips for successful co-selling and co-marketing with Microsoft. I am Olivia Trilles. I am the CEO of AuraPortal. AuraPortal is an ISV, an independent software vendor, which means we develop, we code software with Microsoft technology. Please go ahead. Don't worry. We just started. Hello, Kristen. So we've been working with Microsoft in co-marketing and co-selling for 1.5 years, 2 years, and we've learned our lessons. I did this presentation in Copenhagen in December with other ISV's colleagues, and they loved this presentation, and that's why they asked me to repeat it here. In fact, I did it yesterday, and there were many people registered that they asked me to repeat it. Now, I think I'm putting the stand too high, so the bar too high, so I hope you enjoy it. Activating Microsoft interest in you. 10 essential factors when working with Microsoft teams. So what we found out is that we need to get traction from Microsoft if we want them to invest in us in co-selling and co-marketing. So what we should do to get this interest in them. First, understand who's who. When I started in Microsoft, I was lost, absolutely lost. I didn't understand who was who, which area. It's a difficult structure, and now they are changing it. So it's going to be more difficult now, or maybe easier. But anyway, you need to know who to talk to, who to connect to, who to talk about one matters or other matters. So this is how we worked. In my case, we are an ISV type of partner. So there are other partners like learning partners or Dynamics or SIs. So how many ISVs are here? Okay, like 6, 7, 8. And how many system integrators are here? Okay, then what I'm going to explain is based on my own experience for an ISV, for ISVs, but you can replicate it, and it's very similar, and you will see that you will recognize yourselves. We worked with the Microsoft DX team, which now has disappeared. So there is no more DX team in Microsoft. It's been split in 2 areas. So the people from the DX team that were more devoted into the business for the ISVs now have gone to the one commercial partner. And the people more engineer, the evangelists, now have moved to the commercial software engineering. I'm not going to explain the new structure here. I couldn't. But I thought this would be a little bit useful to you. When you work with this team, you have a lead, which for us is the DX lead, okay, the developer experience lead, and he has 2 people underneath, below, which is the PBE, the partner business evangelist, which is, in other words, the account manager. So this guy is our account manager. Why don't they call them just account manager is a mystery, because we all know how many acronyms and abbreviations we have with Microsoft. In fact, now the PBE is going to be renamed PDM, which is the Partner Development Manager. But that's just to point out that the names are going to be changed. But that's the account manager, right? But there is someone else very important for you, which is the person in the GTM, the go-to-market leader, right? That person is key. It has been really key to us. First, think of factors to take into account when we understand who's who. Communication, terminology. I'm sure we have all struggled with the abbreviations in Microsoft. Then I would recommend you to download something called MAD. It's the Microsoft Abbreviation Dictionary. How good is that name? So there is an app for that. And I have it in my mobile. And today I still use it. And I'm not afraid to say that I use it, all right? I'm even reading some documentation from Microsoft, and I still go to the app and check what is the BDM? Is the business decision maker, or is the business development manager? Then you have to find out which is the right meaning. Well, this is something that we found very useful, so I would recommend to download it. It has been developed by another partner in Microsoft, which is in UK. So it's not really has nothing to do with me, but I really thank them for doing it. There is also a PDF, so if you write in internet the partner is called Resource IT, but I think you will find it. Okay, communication. Talk in the same language, terminology, understand when they Now that you talk in English, and we all talk in English, that's fine, but my subsidiary is in Spain, so my company is the origin in Spain. It's international. We have 8 subsidiaries, so we are strong. We are in 40 countries, but the subsidiary that handles our account is in Spain. So we talk in Spanish, obviously, and there are lots of coined words that are in English, and some people get really lost. So if you're from the States or from UK, that's fine, or Australia, but if not, you could get lost in translation. Then, what else? The goals. Define, tell them, mostly the GTM person, which is your goal? Do you want more partners or do you want more customers, or both? And then you will decide and define a strategy. Why? You all may have your own services and you want to partner with another partner of Microsoft, or you focus on new customers. This is what you should do now. Ask your account manager to contact the PSE, the Partner Sales Executive, which is another account manager. So you would ask your account manager to contact the account manager of a given partner. Imagine that you know which partner you want to talk to or you want to work with, then ask your account manager to talk to the other account manager. That's the first step. Easy. This person is the one who has a very close relationship with this partner. Is the person who's going to talk good about you and is going to open a door to that partner, which in turn has the connection to the customer, which we all want to work with. So where do you place yourself here? Here. So make this triangle. Work with this other account manager. So you have your own account manager, which is this one. Work with this one for a given partner, and this guy will open the door for here. And then having this relationship, then you start this, and then you're independent. You don't have to go through these guys again, and you start doing projects. This is P2P, and it's one of the key objectives of Microsoft worldwide. Microsoft is going to help you doing that because they are looking for this. So take it into account. If Microsoft is trying to get more P2P and you tell them, I want to do P2P, they will open their ears and their eyes, and they will listen to you. So use these words and tell them. There is something more interesting, which is the, let's go here. I was stepping ahead. If you want more customers, then you will talk to the account manager. So now, if you're talking to account manager of an end customer, which is the name of this account manager? Account manager. So for 3 types of account managers, we have 3 different names. So your account manager has one name, the account manager of the other partner has another name, and the account manager of the end customer is account manager. So this is the 3rd name. But at the end of the day, they're all just account managers. You just need to know who's who and what they're doing. That's all. It's no rocket science anyway. Then this is where you need to place. This is the guy that you need. Imagine that you want to go to a large corporation. There is an account manager in Microsoft. That's the one you want to connect, because you don't have direct access to this guy. You have to go to your own account manager and ask him to connect to this account manager and then connect to here and have this relation. There is something interesting to know, that there is something called MAL, which M-A-L, which is the Microsoft account list. Each account manager has their own list. Ask for this list. With this list, you can select a few accounts, focus on these accounts, and then focus. Very important, give focus. Don't say, I want to work with all these 30 accounts of yours. Select 6, 8, 10, and tell the account manager, I want to go to these accounts because I have a very good solution or a very good service. So these would be the 4 factors in understanding who's who. So that's 1, understanding who's who. 2, show you care. They have chosen you to work, and so prove them right. Sir, go ahead.
What is the typical mindset of an
Let me do something, because this session has to be express. I have a counter there that asks me to do it in 20 minutes. But I have time for questions and answers. Would you mind? Would that be okay? Because in another session we can have a discussion. In fact, afterwards at 3, we have a discussion group about this, if you want to join us later, okay? Thank you for asking. So for Microsoft, you have to prove they have chosen you. Imagine they are willing to work with you, They have seen something interesting in you, so prove them that you're valuing it, that you give a value to that. Be thankful for that. Because if you don't feel, or you don't be thankful, or you don't work with them in this way, they will just choose another partner. How many partners are here? 17,000? So you've been lucky if Microsoft wants to bet on you. So show that you value this effort. Prepare contents. When we started with Microsoft, working with Microsoft, they were asking things, lots of contents, one page, one PowerPoint, one document, one email, they were requesting, and we were thinking, why do you have to prepare all that? They're not going to prepare it, so just accept it and create the content. The other one is be on time. They ask everything for yesterday. It has to be right now. I'm sorry, it has to be for this afternoon. And you say, come on, why didn't you tell me before? But that's how it works. Accept it again. If you're on time, they will work with you. I've seen how we've been included in campaigns with Microsoft, me as a partner, another partner, and how the other partner was being late. And I've heard people in Microsoft saying, this guy doesn't care about this activity, I'm going to give it to someone else. So yes, they have the right to do whatever they want, so just be on time so that you show you care. And suggest ideas. If you're proactive, they see that you are part of the team. They're doing an effort, and you want to work, and you want to do business, and you were there. So some ideas are a matchmaking day. This is something we did for P2P. And we had a day with this speed dating events where you meet someone else 15 minutes, and then another one 15 minutes, and then another one. But then we did something similar, and it worked quite good. So you do just the first connection, okay, this could be nice, and then in the afternoon you have a longer session. So speed dating, it's fun. And we did a day of ISVs presenting our solutions to the sellers. The industry heroes, that's something that Microsoft did with us. They've chosen some solutions, some partners from different types for each industry. And they did a webinar, and they did a video, and they promoted it. So use this if you want, and just go to your subsidiary and tell them, I want that. I want to do this. Include me. 3, identify use cases. Do not expect that sellers in Microsoft are going to sell your product, because they are not. They need to sell Microsoft's products. The success with sellers means that the seller is capable of identifying, oh, here, this partner has this solution or this service. I think this account, this company needs this partner. Just identifying the scenario. Meaning, AuraPortal, in our case, we're an BPM, Business Process Management Suite, so we automate procedures. So our software is very good in most sectors, but for instance, for compliance, it's really good because there are lots of regulations you need to meet. So our sellers in Microsoft, they know if the customer, a big account or medium, they are complaining about the regulations, now they have to change, how to adapt quickly. Some sellers know AuraPortal. AuraPortal is good at that. That's all. That means selling for them. Do not expect more than that. They're not capable. I mean, they will be capable of doing it, but it's not priority for them. So that would mean success. Sellers won't sell your product. Embrace that. But they will identify the need. So teach them how to identify this scenario. That's all. Then verticalize your message. Microsoft works with industries, toward industries. If your solution is cross-industry, shape your message. Say that you are very good in retail integrating services, or you're very good in your software for retail, and shape it. If you don't shape it, they're not going to shape it for you for that industry, and they will not include it because they have been told work for this industry. So they are only going to work for solutions specific for that industry. But that's easy. Just shape your message a little bit, and that's it. Doesn't require much. These are the industries that Microsoft is focusing on. By the way, you can download the slides after this session. So, I mean, go ahead and take pictures, but if you want them, you can have them, all right? What did I do? Now, 4, be decisive about Azure, which means if you have bet on Azure, be strong about it. If they see that you are selling on Amazon, they will not want to work with you again. That's how it works, okay? So be clear about your choice of Azure. And talk to them about Azure consumption. Azure consumption is one of the most incentives they have. Huge incentive-based factor in their salary, right? So if your software is consuming Azure, say that the first thing. Hey, hello, my name is Olivia. You know, I have a product that creates lots of Azure consumption. And then they will listen. Okay, tell me more. Okay, of course, I'm making a little bit humorous here, but that's how it works. But it makes sense. That's their job. So if we want them to be involved with us, to make interest in you, then do that. I can tell you that all this I've shared with Microsoft. So and Microsoft is saying, yes, you're right. That's how we work. So and they are very happy that I'm sharing this with all of you. So that means understand how they're measured. So Azure would be one of the measures. I saw yesterday in a slide from the Didier Angena, which is the Europe lead for the new partner division, and 40% of the weight of the incentives is on Azure. So very important. I can tell you, if you're not on Azure, you're not going to get much traction from Microsoft. Other products are important. Office 365 also gives them quite a lot of incentives, all right? But maybe you use Dynamics, which is good, or SQL. So use these names. Use it in your first conversation. Don't spend your first time just saying how good your product is or how good your services are. Use these keywords. If your product is in the marketplace, that's good, because I think there is N times the commission. If your software is in the marketplace, then they get it times, 6, the commission. So it's good to know what is there. These weights. Use Partner Sales Connect. This is a software where you need to put there your wins. They get more incentives if the win is in this tool. So you may think, why do I have to put it there? I do my business, I have my own CRM. Why? Okay, I'm telling you why. Because if you put it there, then more sellers will want to work with you, because that means they will get more money. Closing date within the fiscal year. This is because they have objectives. If you have an opportunity that is going to be closed after June, they will not pay attention. You know that the fiscal year is from July to June. So if you have an opportunity that's going to be, imagine now we're in July. You have an opportunity that is expected to be closed after next June, they will not pay attention. They will just pay attention to someone else who has an opportunity for this year. Okay? I mean, I'm just saying basic formula for any salesperson. So we all have salespeople in our company, and they have their objectives. So it's just a matter of understanding. So you may find yourself saying, why this guy is not paying attention to me? Why they don't open this opportunity to me? Okay, that's why. Okay. Connect with their fears. Understand what worries them. Do you remember this draw from before? Okay, this is a good relationship they are not willing to jeopardize. This relationship has been built for years with lots of trust, and they are loyal, and they are not willing to risk this. Good relationship, they don't want to jeopardize. They don't know you yet. You may say that you're very good, but is it true? They don't know you. So at first they will see, okay, who are these partners? What do they offer? Is this value that they say in the giving, is it really solid one, or is it a weak one? It's not really nice, or it's not very something that I can see. I can go to my customer and tell, look how big this is. Look how much it could do to you. If it's just something small and little or weak, they will not defend it. They will not fight for it. Share of customer's wallet. If it means that by selling your product or your services, something that is already, that the customers are already buying from Microsoft, they're going to stop buying it, then that will stop. It's the cannibalization of the products, all right? So maybe your software substitutes a CRM of Microsoft, then they are not going to sell your product. Concern about potential negative impact, meaning, does your solution really work? So you say it works, but does it really work? Is your post-sales service crappy? I mean, is my customer going to call me saying, why did you tell me these guys were good? They are awful. The post-sales is horrible. I don't want to work with them anymore. Why do you do that? So this is one of their fears. Is your sales team too intrusive? Are they calling the customer constantly, and the customer is calling the account manager saying, come on, they're calling me every day. Why did you give them my telephone number? Why did you set this meeting? So they're worried about these things. And another, something to compensate these fears is, do you have any reference on Gartner or Obum or Forrester or IDC or IQPC or any other names out there? Use it. Because it releases a little bit the responsibility on the seller when they recommend you, because it's a third party who has said you are good. And that helps them. We are in Gartner, we use that, and I can see how the sellers say, oh, AuraPortal is awesome, they are in Gartner in the Magic Quadrant. They say it always. Why? Because, okay, it's a reference, and it's saying something good about you. Share your opportunities. We tend to be very secretive with our opportunities. We didn't want to share our deals with Microsoft. Why am I going to give to Microsoft a deal that I got myself? And what is Microsoft going to do with that? Microsoft should give me deals. That was my thought at the beginning. But it didn't work, because Microsoft will not move anything until something is there, hot, really working, because, again, 17,000 partners. So we started sharing, and it worked. This is an example. We had a huge telco company, an opportunity, and we involved, that was Telefonica, by the way, it's a very important international company. So we invited Microsoft into the sales cycle. We closed the deal. And then the account manager of Telefonica in Microsoft, who saw that we sold in one area of Telefonica, as Telefonica is huge, he said, okay, now I'm going to talk about AuraPortal to all the other areas I know in Telefonica. We don't have access to all the other areas in Telefonica. We only had opportunity in one area. We included a Microsoft, and then Microsoft, who really has access to other areas, and replying a little bit to your question, so they have other areas where they talk to, then now they're talking about AuraPortal. So now they are rolling it out. So although it's a considerable initial effort and time consuming, once it is closed, it rolls out easily. What else? Another example. We had an opportunity in the gas and oil industry. I'm about to finish. We invited Microsoft. They said, why don't we invite another partner? I said, okay, let's do that. And then because it was P2P, then more people got involved within Microsoft. Then the GTM lead established a new campaign, which Microsoft paid, not us, Microsoft paid. And we are in the final stages to closing very nice deals. So this was a teamwork. Okay, so us, one partner, another partner, and the customer. Oh, sorry, and Microsoft, trying to sell to the end customer, of course. So despite Microsoft's size, which is very difficult to get things moving, the DX department is fast. Now there's a new structure, but there's a GTM column, pillar, and it should be fast also as well. Now, for finalizing, do not despair. It's very time-consuming, very time-consuming. You have to insist and insist and insist, and they don't reply to you, and you call again and you call again. But at the end, it's worth it. I would say assign at least one person, FTE, one full-time employee to this relationship. I can tell you it's worth it. Insist, insist, insist. Get visibility within Microsoft. Connect with people in Microsoft. Be visible. First, a friend of mine, which is another partner who happens to be here, and she doesn't know, she told me that they have a list. They created a list from people in Microsoft, and they were sending messages shaped for people in Microsoft. So you do not send just general emails to all your customers. Sorry, don't send the general email that you send to your customers to Microsoft. Send them specific Microsoft messages for them in their own language, saying the things, mentioning the things that impact Microsoft. Talk about Azure consumption, how good you did with that, how good you did with their products in their ecosystem, and they will pay attention. Be open to joining activity, networking, and so on. Social linking, be social in the media, connect with everybody. Don't be shy. Talk about your product to everybody. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Be proactive. I would say join the International Association of Microsoft Channel Partners. It's IAMCP. It's very difficult to remember, but I would say, if you remember, I am channel partner, okay? I am CP. This is the association of Microsoft. It's the only one. It's international. There is in almost every country there is one. There are 5 regions. One of the regions is EMEA, and I am the president of EMEA. I can tell you, I can see lots of P2P opportunities going there and closing. So I would suggest that. Go global. Use another subsidiaries to expand your business in other countries. Ask your account manager to give you the contact of another country. And the last advice would be get personal. Connect to people. We are human. It's not just numbers. So the person in Microsoft who's going to sponsor you, you need to have a good relationship with them. So in this relation, I would say organize always 2 weeks meetings, bi-weekly meetings, and connect the webcam. It may seem trivial, but in our company it's compulsory, it's mandatory. Every connection you have to connect the webcam. Because it's easier to see a face, a smile, when someone doesn't understand something. I can tell you that in a demo, once, a guy fell asleep in front of me, and I said, what? And that happened because I used the webcam. Of course, maybe that is not saying something nice about me. Maybe that I was a bit boring, but the good thing is that I could say, oh, this guy obviously was not feeling well, and he fell asleep. This is just an anecdote, but it's good to have connection. Now I'm moving my hands, I'm smiling, I'm being serious, and I'm being able to transmit better my message. And I'm not English native, so that helps me. So connect. Now, all this I've said at the beginning, I'm telling you all this because we are a successful partner. And all this led to this. We met Satya Nadella. Satya Nadella was interested in our company because we be doing noise, because we're following what Microsoft and what I was telling you, okay? So that's a proof that we're doing something right. Then just summarizing, know who's who, understand who's who, show you care, identify use cases, so they won't sell your product, just scenarios. Be decisive about Azure, understand the measuring, connect with their fears. Now you know their fears, so at least some of them. Share your opportunities. It's worth it. Do not despair. Get visibility within Microsoft and get personal. And I think with this we've finished. And please don't forget, and I've been asked to ask you, please fill in the surveys for this session. I would really appreciate it. And before, if no one tells me to leave, because I think the next session has been canceled. That's why they're allowing me to continue for a few minutes. You had a question. You wanted to know if Microsoft only gives you contacts in the IT departments? Mainly it's in the IT departments, that's right, but not always. Sometimes they have access to other areas. If there is any other question, I cannot tell you more than I can generalize. Sorry, I cannot give you more precise. Sorry, say again? Yes, you can download the presentation from the internet. You go to the session. It should be available when this one finishes. So it should be okay as of now, all right? And please fill in the survey, please, because they are rating me. I want to know if I'm going to be good. Tell me.
Find your GTM rep.
Okay, now with the...
I'm always told a partner. I feel like I don't get access, and I don't feel like I
Exactly.
get them now. You know, they kind of close, you know. So how do you actually get them to give you
Okay.
information, and how do you find them?
Okay, one thing for that's why the Microsoft doesn't have bandwidth for everybody, and people like you get out of the reach, and you want to know. That ask also the association, the AMCP, that could help. But for your question, now with this new structure, you all have an account manager. Maybe your account manager has 300 accounts. That's why you are lost in the ocean. I would say contact your main. Do you have any a main contact in Microsoft? Okay. Tell them now with the new pillars who is the new GTM lead. Because now they have done 3 pillars, okay? There is a build with pillar, a GTM pillar, and a sell with pillar. And the GTM is in charge of connecting the build with the sell with. And this is key for you. So I would, now with the new restructure, you are entitled, and they are going to expect lots of people asking who is the new GTM lead. And that's where you should work from. Which country are you from? Oh. I can tell you the IMCP in US is awesome. They are very, very, very active. I mean, in the rest of the world, we try to be as good as them, but so you may have it quite easy, I think. That would be my okay. Try. No, but try. Your state doesn't have a chapter, right? Any other question? That's okay. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that you had the time to come here. Sure.
and PBE, what's the difference?
Okay. The PBE is inside the DX team. So if it's in the past, so it was DX and then PBA, Partner Business Evangelist, right? Now, DX has disappeared. This guy has moved to another area. And the same guy who was a PBE now is a PDM, Partner Development Manager. So it's the same person that was a PBE, now is no longer a PBE, yet PBE doesn't exist anymore, and now it's called PDM. PSE, I don't know the name. No, I think they're going to change to PSE. Now it's going to be Channel Manager, Partner Channel Manager, or something like that. Yes, that code is going to change. But since Microsoft is so used to PSE, they will know what you mean, and you will ask for the new name.
So we need to find our PDM and our GTM.
Yes, exactly. That's what you need to do. No problem. Yeah, it's build with. So here they help you with the technology, with being ready for the market. Then GTM, go-to-market marketing, okay? And then sell with. Here, this guy now is key for you because he's going to see, okay, with which partners you should be connected. And this is the one who's going to have lots of pressure on having lots of sales, okay?